So today I want to share with you how the no anxiety method really works in practice, and more importantly, how it helps us to say an early and rational no rather than a late and emotional yes. Over the last couple of days, I've had plenty of reasons to feel stressed. Driving long distances, waiting endlessly at officers' offices, and dealing with some documents, checking, decision making. You know how it is. Even when everything's fine, the officer might find some tiny detail to complicate things in your document process. You're already out of your comfort zone and it feels like you don't even have any space to just breathe and recharge. Physically, that's not the case. And then, cherry on the top, since I was already down who knows where in the south of Portugal, I thought why not to make myself something nice out of it and visit a piloting school, give it a try. Flying is a big thing for me. So everything was planned, but nothing felt clear. Now here's where the no anxiety method came in. Instead of letting stress affecting me, I decided I gotta stay calm. And I gotta do step by step, validate information very carefully, and not let this whole pressure override my own nervous system, because it's mine. So the piloting school, of course, tried their best to sell me an idea. All those officers and document checking, that's pressure by itself. There was over-promising, there was painting and everything good. And honestly, in the past, I might have said yes too quickly. Out of excitement, out of pressure, out of my natural drive to finish what I start. But with no anxiety method, manipulation becomes harder and harder, almost impossible. Because when you're practicing own awareness, pressure tactics simply don't land. That is an essence. Instead of a late, emotional yes that you regret, you create a space for an early and rational no, regardless of if you physically have that space or not. Since piloting is a big and emotional thing for me, it's going to still happen, but on my terms, I decided, not on someone else's promises. And when I looked closely at the details, the mismatches in documents, the reality versus what I was initially told, that all became crystal clear. So saying yes there made no rational sense, no matter how emotionally attractive it all seemed. That's what the no anxiety method gives us. It lets us pause and pay attention. It teaches us to see things as they are and not as our stress paints them. It keeps us aligned with what's true inside of us, instead of being pulled by external pressure. And the result? I still had one of those best piloting experiences ever that day, but I walked away from a school that wasn't right for me, without guilt, without regret, without any negative consequences, positive only. So remember, the no anxiety method isn't just about reducing stress. It's about building the inner strength to say no sooner rather than later. It's about choosing clarity over pressure and peace over manipulation. Because when you practice this daily, you're no longer a victim of a stress. You're in control of your own choices.